stupid. First time I've had a problem with an Alta power plant, honestly. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Electro Wrap. Tonight, we're here in the garage, and we got the Electrom here, which is my Alta-powered Honda Grom. It's a 2019 model, and it has 50 horsepower because it's powered by the Alta Motors drivetrain. This thing is super duper fast, probably the world's fastest electric Grom, definitely one of the fastest Groms in the world, depending on how you want to classify it. This is a completely unmodified chassis, direct bolt-in kit. So, what we got going on here tonight is the graphics kit. So we've been waiting a long time to get this in. The guys at Senge Graphics hooked us up. This wasn't even something that they had. They made it happen for me though, so I'm super pumped. It's gonna look super sick and make this thing pop and stand out like crazy. We don't wanna look like everybody else. We wanna be instantly recognizable, and I think we're gonna pull that off with just this alone, let alone some other bits and bobs. But it's like 10 zillion pieces, so let's get started. First things first, we're gonna have to remove these. It's not gonna be easy, but we'll be right back once we remove that, this, and this on both sides. The trick is to not do that. All right, good enough to get started. Let's see if we can figure out what piece goes where. Sick! Okay, look, I think the strategy here is to go with the big pieces, with the bolt holes and stuff, and then kind of filling in the gaps. It's not like these come with instruction manuals. Oh, sick. You know where that goes. Oh, I can already tell how sick this is gonna be. So impossible to do this with one hand. So as I fill in the bigger pieces, some of these smaller pieces that fit in between here start to become more apparent. Obviously now there's one here, probably wraps around the front like this one does. Then there's gonna be one down here, I would assume. And then there's one that goes here. So actually not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Like I said, start with the bigger ones, and then it's starting to come together nicely. Really high quality kit from these guys. It looks sick already. And it doesn't just go up here on the blues. It actually goes all the way. Everywhere, I think. So I just realized how sick this kit is that it even goes back here. What? I don't think this is the right. Oh, no, it is. Yeah. Dude, it goes all on the tail, everything. All on this. This is going to be nuts. So sick. That's coming along quite nicely. But let's talk about the Yamaha. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I had a YZ250. We put the Recluse clutch in it. We put the left-hand rear brake on it. We basically did everything I possibly could to make it ride as much like my Alta as humanly possible and make it into basically a easy-to-ride enduro machine. Well, it's had nothing but problems with the motor, and the mad scientist Mark has elected to help us out, and it's going to be coming back with a wide ratio transmission and a 300 head kit. So this is going to be the YZ300 with Recluse clutch and with left-hand rear brake and with an 18 and with the 06 front end and all this other jazz that's going to help it super duper water pump, all these It's going to be an enduro god. Hopefully, because I threw a lot of freaking money at this thing, so it better be, or you're going in the freaking trash can. Yeah. Anyways, back to this, because this is much more interesting and exciting. Because it's working. It's all about massaging it just right. The thing is that this kit is like full coverage. I've never seen anything like it. And it's kind of cool because we'll cover literally almost the entire bike. And then we can go back and remove stuff and give it more contrast. Okay, let's give a little update of to what is going on here. I went to key this thing on for some reason. I just was like, oh, let's check the battery. Keyed it on, and it didn't want to start, okay? So something's going on. First time I've had a problem with an Alta power plant, honestly. So we're going to key it on. This means we have 12-volt power. We're powering at least the 12-volt system. So this needs to be on, and then when I press this, it doesn't arm. Doesn't do anything. Stupid. Let's check out some things. All right, so this makes absolutely no sense at all. It was working totally fine, but what I did find is that this connector, which is for the switch, that one on the right there is kind of funky looking. See how it's like pushed in? It's kind of hard to tell, but it's pushed back. So I have a feeling that it's not making good contact here. Like it's not lined up, it's getting pushed back. And hopefully that's all it is. But it's kind of weird that I ran it all day at the track and bazillion times before that and it was fine. Put it away and then now it doesn't key on, or now it doesn't get high voltage power. It doesn't friggin' work. Electronics are weird. Stay tuned. I'm going to see if that's what it is. All right, so I pushed the pin back in. And then I straightened it and then made sure it got a nice firm. It seems like it slid in and now is connected. It was a little stiff before, and I don't think it was lining up right. And it must have been just barely touching. I don't freaking know. But if that was really it, I'm going to be super stoked, because if it's like complicated, I'm going to need Mark's help because I'm basically a moron. Just kidding. I know exactly what I'm doing. Damn it! It's a set run stop to run. It is! Oh my gosh. The saga continues. Alright, now I'm going to take off the tank so I can get in here. Oops. And then hopefully there's something obvious in here. All right, so we've gotten all the body off. If you're not familiar with what's inside the Electrom, this is the onboard charger and our janky heatsink that goes with it. Don't worry, it totally works. So that runs up to the inverter, which is this. It's got these covers on it that we totally just made by hand. This is the connector for the on-off switch. And so that runs. We've checked all of that. There's nothing obvious wrong with the harness. I don't see anything broken. I don't see anything shorted out. I don't see anything like rubbing a hole in it. So it's not something necessarily just physical with the wiring harness, which is what I was hoping for, that something just rubbed through. So I'm going to have to consult the wizard before I do any more checking, because I have a feeling I'm going to have to get out my voltmeter. We're going to have to test circuit board level stuff, at least to an extent. And I'm going to have to get some counsel on that, because honestly, it's getting late and I'm just not up for the task on my own, especially when I have the help of the wizard. So I'll give him a buzz in the morning. This is where we're at with the graphics. See, look at that. Before, after. Before, after. It's going to be super sick, and I'm not terribly worried about this. You shouldn't be either. Don't worry. We will figure this out. It's something minor. I just don't know exactly what it is yet.
12 seconds later.
All right. I know I said I wasn't going to mess with it, but I couldn't help myself. And I figured it out. I'm smarter than your average electro, baby. All right, so check this out. All right, now this tank is totally just sitting on top of everything. But I traced everything back. And so the switch touches a lot of different things. The switch is connected to here. It's connected to the inverter. It's connected. It literally goes all over. And the thing about the Altas and their software is that through this CAN bus system, everything talks to each other. And if this thing detects one thing along the way that is wrong with it, it will not do anything. It's overly precautious in my mind when you're trying to work on stuff and you don't know what the frick you're doing. But anyway, so this connector right here, even though it was completely screwed in, I removed it, put it back, and now it frickin' works. I don't know what that is all about, but so basically this is the communication line between the BCU and the rest of the bike. So for some reason there wasn't a solid connection being made in here, and I don't know what that is. What the reason is for that. But now it works, I think. At least it did a second ago, so let's turn it on. Okay, and I even went and got a new switch, which this isn't it. But look, ready? Yay! You know? Hell yeah. All right, so now we get to put this back together and finish with our graphics kit. But really, this time, the video is over for tonight. Crisis averted. So if you like this video, please do smash that like button. If you want to see this thing get finished, if you want to see it smash some more records, I think we're going to go back for the 8th. We got a lot of stuff in store for this thing. If you want to see the graphics get finished, smash the like button. It really helps out the channel. With all that said, that's all I got. So as always, until next time, Electro out.